This is the next video. It's actually quite funny. It's a little longer, but is this white guy who speaks multiple languages, and and we wanted to talk about how language is important, and some of the languages, and some of the terminologies. They call it Afro-American Vernacular English, Ebonics. I call it Afro-American Creole because you see, most of the Creoles are across every community has a Creole. In Nigeria, we call Pidgin English. In Jamaica, it's called Jamaican Broken English or whatever. And these are just basically dialects formed because you are in contact with your slave master. You do not, and you do not ask to speak that language. You do not, it's not English. It's whatever it is we were able to conjure up, considering the fact that we could not understand where you were coming from, right? So that's why Haitian Creole created, Cape Verdean Creole. Every group that has a master has some sort of middle language that is developed to survive. All right, so that is a cultural artifact. So when you hear, I'm fitting to go anywhere, that's what that is. All right, it is not bad English because we didn't ask to speak that English. We did it to survive. All right, so I'll play this video, and it's funny, but it kind of goes to show that what the Africans that look at white people. I want you to focus on how they are so surprised that a white person would find it valuable to learn their language. They don't have they just feel it weird. All right.
Shit, you know Yoruba?
No, I'm not Yoruba.
No?
Yeah, can I call?
Ina Swibo.
You speak Igbo?
Ina Swibo.
Okay.
We got some kind of like little intestines going on here. Food's really good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Sure?
Super good. I love it. Sure, boy Yoruba. Boy Yoruba. Mon Yoruba ni New York.
New York, okay.
Mon ma fer lati rankan, lati Nigeria. Ni be. Mo bi ni New York.
Oh, New York, not BSC, New York.
Beni. Shibo mo wasi London lati je onji Nigeria. Beni ati rankan lati Nigeria. Beni. Mo ma fer lati Emu.
Okay. On temumbi.
Yeah.
On temunibi.
Yeah.
On temumbi next door. On temumbi.
Oh, it's Shegan.
You can see him there. He's been talking he's been talking in Yoruba, talking to Nigerians, and they're quite surprised at what he's doing. So y'all ready? So they got the 12 people online. All right. So I'm about to get it started. So y'all get ready. All right. There you go. According to the video, how long had the young man been learning Nigerian languages? All right.
What did y'all think about that video? What are your initial thoughts on it? Toy, I think has something to say. What do you have to say? Oh, was that Aaron? Sorry. Go ahead. Anyone?
No, I was just saying I loved it. Like, it's how shocked they were and him being ready to plan this man's whole trip to Nigeria is just funny. But I think that, like my future father-in-law was saying, communication can truly break down many barriers. And I think that I think it is important that we learn other cultures' language even at such a young age when we know that we can like better adapt to it. But like, I took Spanish in college and in high school, but don't ask me to don't drop me in a Spanish speaking country now. Like, that's not happening. And so I think that but it's important for us to learn these things. And, when I am with my family or I am really upset about something like that, my full Trinidadian accent will come out. But other than that, I speak like how you hear me speaking now. And so for me, it just depends on like being able to also be with somebody who can understand my Trinidadian broke up English, but can also understand what I'm talking now is really important too.
Love it.
Excellent. So it looks like Rakisha's in the lead now, followed by Coach Davis, followed by DAO, and then Melanie. So you know one. So I wanted to add one thing about, you see, one thing that we need to understand is because of the cultural artifact. Now, the cultural artifact is the fact that every culture has this sub language that is in between both, right? So literally, when I'm talking to a Mexican person that cannot speak English, I cannot speak a lick of Spanish, but I use those cultural elements to go, hello, my brother, my sister. I talk slow. So there's I use the phonemes. I don't run all my R's together. Hey, how you doing? Right? And I'm able to communicate because they can understand some of the language that I'm talking about. And that's the same way I would talk to my brothers and sisters in Africa. If I was talking to them and they could not understand English, I would still use that same tactic against somebody that is maybe speaking Spanish. I make the joke all the time. I cannot speak Spanish, but I can speak like an English person who is trying to speak a Spanish, who can only speak a Spanish. And then I can talk like that, and at least then you can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, right? Because in the end of the day, we're talking about communication, right? They're talking about touching on cultural artifacts that they may find interesting. One thing you can talk about, no matter where you're from in the African diaspora, you talk about God, everybody gonna be, yes, Jesus, I love God. Everybody's holy. Everybody got something to say about it. That's in the South. Wherever you go, you're gonna have that. So there are certain things you can relate on, right, on that. So just to touch on that, and I don't want to take too much time, but I love this. This is going so great.